We got my guy B-Dot in the building.
My name's B-Dot.
Yo, Angela, happy Tuesday.
All right, happy Tuesday. You're not beefing with nobody, right?
Nah.
All right, just want to make sure all the guys are beefing right now.
I'm actually beefing with this do-rag that I just bought and put it in on
Let me
right
see.
now.
Is that a, okay.
You
What
know
brand?
I mean?
Is there a specific do-rag brand?
No, I just got to get the good one, man, just for the occasion.
I feel like do-rags had a moment, but they kind of like, because people used to be bald with do-rags on.
Right.
Everybody used to be wearing a do-rag, but now I feel like it's not as popular.
A lot of people are losing their hairlines. I call it a religious headscarf, though. You know
Okay.
what I mean?
All right. Well, good. Well,
There you
good to
go.
see that. We have the 85 South Show joining us today, Karlous Miller and Chico Bean.
No relation?
No relation to, oh yeah, your last name is Millar.
Yes.
Millar. And of course, so much to talk about today. I was reading some of this this memoir that Kim Porter allegedly had written. We'll talk about that during Yeetie. But in the meantime, let's get this show started with some love and some positivity. 800-292-5150. Let's shine a light. It's way up.
I'ma shine.
Turn your lights on, y'all.
Turn your lights on.
Spreading love to those who are doing greatness.
Shine a light on them. Shine a light on them.
It's time to shine a light on them.
You ready to shine this light, B-Dot?
Let's do it.
It's way up, and today we are going to shine a light on Colin Kaepernick.
Okay.
Did you hear about this new AI company?
Now tell me about it.
So his company is called Lumi Story AI. They did an interview with him in Time Magazine, and it's basically giving aspiring storytellers access to tools that help them get their stories out to the public. So he said the majority of the world's stories never come to life. Most people don't have access or inroads to publishers or platforms, or they may have a gap in their skill set that's a barrier for them to be able to create. We're going to see a whole new world of stories and perspective. So you can also generate graphics to go along with your stories. Illustrators can use that platform to add words to their images, and then you can publish and distribute your stories on the Lumi platform.
Okay.
And even order physical copies of the book. So we love to see things like that, because it is true. Everybody's like, I have such a great story to tell, but you don't know how to get it out there, how to get a publisher. Maybe your writing skills aren't that amazing.
Yeah, I use Chat GPT.
You do?
Sometimes.
Good to know, blogger. All right, but he said he had his own challenges while creating his media company and his publishing company, and he saw the benefit of AI when he was using ChatGPT.
Ah.
So things like that can be really beneficial. So love to see him out here doing some good work.
That's good. Shout out to Kaepernick. He's past kneeling at this point.
Yes, way past that. All right, well, 800-292-5150 is the number. Who do you guys want to shine a light on? What's up, Simone? Who do you want to shine a light on?
I want to shine a light on my stepmom and my dad. Ever since I had my son 2 years ago, they've been my number one supporters. And I just want to let the whole world know how much I love them for loving my kids.
Oh, that's beautiful. It takes a village, they say, and nothing better than having some help.
I love mine.
What are their names?
My dad's name is Lamont, and that's my son's middle name. And my stepmom's name is Melissa.
All right, well, Lamont and Melissa, thank you so much for helping our girl out. All right, well, thank you for calling.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. That was Shine a Light, 800-292-5150, just in case you couldn't get through. And when we come back, we have your Yeetie.
They say it's truth in the rumors.
From industry shade to all the gossip.
Talk to me.
Angela's spilling that yee tea.
Talk to him.
Talk to him. It's way up. I'm here. B-Dot's here.
My name's B-Dot.
Yes, I am.
Let's get into this Yeetie.
All right.
All right. Well, Kim Porter, that is Diddy's ex, who's also the mother of his 3 of his children.
Right.
Has detailed the alleged abuse that she suffered at his hands.
Oh, no.
And this is all in a memoir that has never been seen before. It was given to somebody by someone very close to Kim and Diddy. It was on her long lost flash drive, allegedly. This is according to Radar Online.
Okay.
So it's a 40-page manuscript that they did review over there, and they said there's anecdotes about her time with Diddy, and she talked about his jealous short fuse that made her walk on eggshells, and details one experience where he sent her to the hospital allegedly after brutally beating her with a chair. And it's really difficult to read. And
is this ever going to come out?
I think, people were saying previously that she had this memoir that she was planning to put out.
Right.
And that he wouldn't have been happy about it. So not sure, but it's a 40-page manuscript, so it wasn't done according to these reports. But she talked about waking up in the hospital after he attacked her with a chair. She said her arm was in a cast hanging from a sling. My face hurt. My eyebrow was in immense pain, as was my lip. As I came to, the first face I saw was of the man that put me here. And she said he spent the next 6 months helping her heal and working his way back into her life.
Oh, man.
And the producer that tried to cast her for a movie, and that's what he was mad about. She said, from what I understand, the producer died of pneumonia.
Oh, he died of pneumonia as well?
Yes, the producer that allegedly sent her this card wanting her to be in a movie.
It's not a good year for Puff, man.
All right. I mean, the other thing that happened is Tupac's family is reportedly deciding to investigate the rumors that Diddy was involved in Tupac's murder. TMZ reported that some of Tupac's relatives retained a team of investigators and lawyers. And that's all because, these reports have been swirling around for quite some time. Keefe D said in a police interview in 2009 that Diddy offered him $1 million to kill both Suge Knight and Tupac.
Yeah, we heard about that.
Right. And then he said that he wasn't being truthful. And then he became, according to prosecutors, an active confidential informant for the task force initially set up to investigate Biggie's murder. So he did say he was not being truthful when making these statements about that role in the death, but now the family is wanting to reinvestigate that.
Man, this timeline is crazy, man.
I know. So many things coming at one time. Now, R. Kelly is asking the United States Supreme Court to throw out his convictions for possession of child porn and inducing minors to have sex. He says that these alleged acts occurred decades ago and that the charges were therefore barred because of the statute of limitations. So he was accused in 2020 of possessing child pornography.
Right.
And these allegations, by the way, went back to the mid to late 1990s. And he said that statute of limitations had already run its course. But prosecutors are saying that there's the Protect Act in 2003 that made the statute of limitations indefinite for child sex crimes.
So Kel's just trying to get home.
Right. Is that his way of saying, look, I did it, but it's a statute of limitations?
I mean, listen, graduations haven't been the same since Kel's been locked up. I'll tell you that much.
But what they're saying is that because these acts occurred in the 90s, that the Protect Act wasn't passed until 2003. So they're trying to say that wouldn't apply to him.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that is your Yeetie. When we come back, we have About Last Night. That's where we discuss what we did last night. I ended up staying up late last night watching a movie.
Okay.
I'll tell you about it. It's actually Lee Daniels' new movie. I can't say too much because across the screener it said not to talk about it. All right. It's way up.
So, about last night. Here's how it went down.
Last night. Yes, it's way up. I'm here. B-Dot's here.
My name is B-Dot.
That's a terrible voice,
B-Dot.
Angela.
Thank you. And last night, what did you do? Before I get into what I did.
Well, we're like in the dad days of summer, so I was just with my daughter and made her some dinner.
So she stays with you all summer?
Yeah, this summer, she's staying with me. She goes to day camp, so I have to try to be a good dad.
Try to be a dad.
I forgot.
That's cute. Did you go to camp growing up?
I did. I went to IS8 out in Queens. It was local, so I went there every day.
I always wanted to go to camp, but we never did.
It's a day camp, though. It wasn't like,
not sleepover camp.
Nah.
Well, last night, I stayed up last night because they dropped this screener in my Netflix account, and the movie is The Deliverance.
Okay.
And that's a Lee Daniels movie. It actually comes out August 30th. I didn't realize, I thought it came out like this Friday, but it comes out August 30th. But
what's it about?
So basically, it's based on a true story. So I love a movie that's based on a true story. And it's a single mom, Anja Day. She's with her kids, and she has 3 kids. They're living in this house, and it seems like the house has demonic occurrences. I'm not giving any spoilers. This is the description, by the way. A family living in a home in Indiana discovers strange demonic occurrences that convince them and the community that the house is a portal to hell.
Whoa.
That is the premise of the movie. Some nice guest appearances. Glenn Close is in it. Anja Day does a phenomenal job, by the way. And Omar Epps makes an appearance as well. And Monique is in it. Okay. And so when you saw those pictures of Lee Daniels with Monique, that's...
it makes sense.
Because of this movie. So, yes. But I love a story that is true. Kind of like The Conjuring. Those are true stories, right? The Exorcist, that's based on a true story.
Yeah.
When we had Pastor A.R. Bernard up here, he did tell me that he did perform exorcisms before. Why are you laughing, B-Dot?
Because he needs to do some exorcism in his music business, man. There's a lot of demons in here.
Okay, demon time?
Yes.
Y'all play around with these demons. Let me tell you some things I will never do. I'm never touching a Ouija board.
I've never done that.
Right? Anybody in here ever touched You did? Oh my gosh.
That's a Ouija board.
Now, one thing I will say that I did, and I still feel like maybe I shouldn't have, but do a reading with the cards.
Did a tarot card reading?
Yes, I did a tarot card reading. I did pretty good.
You called Miss Cleo?
You think that's bad? Let me see if that's I don't want to open up any portals after watching these movies. I'm not playing around with y'all. But I want to see if anybody listening has ever had any of these experiences. Like I said, even I think the Texas Chainsaw Massacre was based on a true story.
Yeah, it was based
It
on
is, right?
Chainsaw. Yeah, that was on a true story. That was a good movie too.
It was.
I like
right?
this. I like the updated version.
So I want to know if any of you have ever had an experience where you feel like you were visited by spirits, or if something happened, have you ever even felt like, an exorcism, witnessed one, been part of one? It's imagine, and when I was watching this movie, I was like, imagine somebody close to you or a family member, your child gets possessed. What are you going to do?
Were you scared watching it? Or did you watch it with the lights on or off?
I had the lights off. I was in bed because I didn't get the screener until late at night. So I was like, oh, you know me, I'm going to stay up and watch this. So
Yeah.
I was trying not to doze off while I was watching it. But I will say, all of the acting was really, really great.
Okay.
In this movie. So I want to hear from you guys. Have you ever been visited by a spirit? Have you ever had something happen that you could not explain? We want to hear about it. 800-292-5150 is a number. That's 800-292-5150. It's Way Up.
Yeah, what's happening?
You want to know my name?
Way Up with Angela Yee.
Turn me on.
All right, it's Way Up. I'm here. B-Dot's here.
Yes, I
My
am.
name's B-Dot.
And we are talking about this movie, The Deliverance, that I watched yesterday. It's a Lee Daniels movie that'll be on Netflix August 30th. It's based on a true story.
Sounds spooky.
And just to give you a quick summary, it is about a house that it feels like there's demons in the house. Bless you. Uh-oh.
It's the demons.
It's attacking you. But, a lot of times, a lot of these movies are based on true stories, like The Exorcist, a lot of these exorcism movies.
Yeah.
The Conjuring, those are all based on true stories. And so I'm just wondering, have you ever seen any spirits or had an experience?
Nah, I haven't. I mean, I'm a man of faith, so I don't really.
That
get
doesn't
encountered.
mean anything.
I haven't been encountered. The only time I get demons is when my child's mom is mad at me. She turns
Okay.
to a whole nother person.
All right. Well, anyway, I definitely had an experience where somebody close to me, first of all, we used to be roommates back in the day, and she said that she had to sell her car and also cleanse all of these things because she went to go see someone and they told her that there was a demon attached to the vehicle that she had purchased. So she had to sell it. And then later on in life, she ended up having, during the pandemic, having an episode, and it was very scary. She told me there were demons outside
Whoa.
the house and that if I came over there, they would follow me in, and she didn't want that to happen to me. And it started to feel real spooky at that period of time. But I do believe that she really felt that and saw that. All right. Well, we want to hear from you guys. 800-292-5150. And when I was young, I used to run up the stairs because I felt like I was being chased. But I don't know if that counts.
By who?
In the basement. I don't know. 800-292-5150. Have you ever had any run-ins with any spirits, any demons? Hey, Tish, tell us about the time that you were visited by spirits.
So I walked in, I pulled into the gas station, and I seen a red car pulling into the gas station as well. As we both went into the gas station, it cleared totally out. So it was me and only the lady that was in the red car. But she was walking and talking so gracefully. She handed the cashier a note and left out. But when she left out, her car just disappeared. So I went home, and I was tripping. I came back, and I asked the cashier what was going on. She said it was a letter. The lady handed her a letter only her mama and her know about, but her mama was dead. And when we ran the cameras back, we did not see that lady or her car at all.
Wow.
Whoa. What city were you in?
I'm in Detroit.
In Detroit.
Thank you for calling.
No problem. Have a great day.
Isam.
Yes.
Yes, you want to tell us a story about being visited by spirits, me and B-Dot?
A lot of people don't believe the story, right?
Okay, let's hear it.
But trust and believe, I'm from North New Jersey.
Okay.
And my great-grandmother's house, I thought was the house of horrors. So my great-grandmother, she had to be like in her mid-80s, was possessed by a demon. She did not speak a lick of English. She started speaking in a man's voice
Ooh,
in pure English.
wow.
Now, they had an exorcism at the house. But I don't think that demon ever left the house because eventually my grandmother started getting regularly raped by that demon.
Oh,
the-
my God.
Yeah, it was insane how many ghosts I would see at my grandmother's house.
And they didn't never mess with you, though.
Oh, I don't think he was gay. I think he liked old ladies.
I don't mean like, did they rape? I just mean, did they like harass you?
A gay demon?
No, it was no gay demon. Right? No, I woke up one night, because I lived at my grandmother's too. So, like, one night I woke up from sleep and I saw a man standing at the foot of my bed. He had a white suit on. And I got up and started running. And when I got to the second floor of the house, I stopped and said, what the hell am I running from? Went back to my room, turned the light on, and I always started sleeping with my head at the foot because I didn't want to wake up in the middle of the night and see anyone standing there.
Listen, I don't know if I would want a demon standing above my head either.
And he was wearing all white?
My mother went to a psychic, and she asked the psychic, what's going on in this house? And she said, well, your son has a lot of protection around him. And she said, really, because he recently saw someone standing at the foot of his bed. And she said, well, what did he have on? And she said he had a white suit on. She said, well, that's good, because clearly there's some other things happening in that house, and he's being protected.
Sounds like you woke up at a Michael Rubin party or something in the
Shut
Hamptons.
up.
Sorry, Anthony.
Better than a Diddy party. Thank you.
All right, guys. All right, Isam, thank you for sharing with us. We believe you.
Trust me. Believe me. All right? Thank
Okay.
you.
All right, I don't know how I'm going to be able to sleep tonight after all this. But when we come back, we have your Yeetie, and let's talk about Young Thug, the longest trial in Georgia history.
Jeez.
They're back in the courtroom today, a new judge, and we'll give you some details. It's way up.
They say it's truth in the rumors.
From industry shade to all the gossip,
Talk to me.
Angela's spilling that yee tea.
Yeah, Glow, it's way up. I'm here. B-Dot's here.
My name's B-Dot.
Yep.
Let's get into this Yeetie. So your guy, Young Thug, okay, there's an opportunity today for the new judge. Court is resuming this morning with a motions hearing. Several defense attorneys are expected to make their cases. This trial has been going on for 19 months.
Man, I know they call OJ the trial of the century, but I feel like they got it beat.
Now, some people are looking for a mistrial, but if there is, it could start all over again.
Oh, really?
If there's a mistrial, the trial would start all over again.
Man.
Now, the judge is Paige Reese Whitaker.
Okay.
She inherited this case less than 2 weeks ago. And she is known as a sharp and efficient judge, but they said she's in a tough spot. If she grants a mistrial, she still has to deal with it. If she doesn't grant it, then she's got a lot ahead of her to get up to speed and to actually conduct this trial. So it's a lose-lose situation.
Man, I just keep thinking about that legal bill Young Thug's gonna have to pay. Imagine how much those fees are. Gotta be in the millions, right?
Man, listen, this is a lot.
Yeah.
And I showed you his picture. He definitely looks way different.
Yeah, he looks like Bob Marley now.
No, he does
It
not.
does. He gained some weight in the commissary.
All right. Well, anyway, we'll see what happens today while they're in court. Everything started at 8:45 this morning, and the jury is expected back in court on August 5th. Okay. All right. Tory Lanez, his driver, is alleging that he did not see who shot Meg Thee Stallion in 2020 and says that Tory Lanez was trying to wrestle that gun from Kelsey and Nicole. He said, Miss Pete, as in Megan, and Miss Harris began fighting. I pulled over to stop them. Miss Pete and Miss Harris both got out of the vehicle and continued to fight both verbally and physically. I broke up this fight and was pulling Miss Pete toward the back of the car. I saw Miss Harris with a gun in her hand. Mr. Peterson ran from behind Miss Pete and myself toward Miss Harris. Mr. Peterson and Miss Harris began struggling as Mr. Peterson tried to unarm Miss Harris. So he did say he wanted to present this evidence during the trial, but was prevented from doing so as the DA was not ready to cross-examine him. And later they did not call me back due to the holidays and the court schedule. He said he believes he should have been allowed to present this evidence at trial.
It sounds like a lover's quarrel to me. Is it like a double jeopardy situation?
I mean, Tory Lanez's attorneys are trying to get a new trial. And he's been maintaining his innocence, but prosecutors are standing by their decision to not have the driver testify, stating that Tory Lanez's previous attorney initially decided not to have him serve as a witness.
Wow.
And they're saying this account is nothing new. So we shall see what happens. In the meantime, Megan Thee Stallion, still booked and busy. She's performing at Kamala Harris's campaign rally in Atlanta, showing her full support to Kamala Harris. She's going to be performing, like we said, 7:30 p.m. So shout out to her and that.
Trump should have got Chef G and Sleepy Hollow. I mean, he was on a campaign trail with them in the Bronx. It would have only been right.
You think so?
I don't think so. Yes.
I would love to have somebody ask Trump, name one song.
Trump's been on hip hop albums. He was on Method Man's album.
Okay, name one song. Do you think he can do that?
I love hip hop. Hip hop is great to Trump. Trump loves hip hop.
All right, Cardi B is clapping back at people stating that she and Offset's mansion is in foreclosure. She said, "LMAO, you bum bees wish. Me and Offset bought that house in 2019 for $5 million. Now it's worth $7 million. Check the Atlanta market. And no, we are not selling it. And if I ever sold it, I would just sell my part to Offset since he loves Atlanta, throwing salt in my home, hating bad."
Wow.
There's all these rumors happening.
People keep saying she's pregnant too. I don't know if it's true or not.
Yeah, B-Dot. We don't know if it's true.
Know.
You know, you can never reveal that about a person.
We don't know.
I did see that Sin Santana's pregnant. She posted it.
Okay.
I actually saw her while she was pregnant at an event.
I got confused at first when you said Sin Santana. I was thinking of Saucy Santana. I can't keep up.
That's impossible.
That's why I was confused for a second.
All right, but anyway, congratulations to her. She finally posted it. I'd seen her months ago and was like, oh, Sin Santana's pregnant. But, you know, you never ever reveal somebody's truth.
That's kind of embarrassing too. If you think someone's pregnant, and they're just having like
that did happen to me once.
Really?
I was like, but I knew she was pregnant because it was only in her. You know, you could see. All right, well, that is your Yeetie. When we come back, we have Under the Radar. These are the stories that are necessarily in the headlines. They're flying under the radar, but we definitely know you need to know about it, and we're going to tell you all about it. It's Way Up.
News. I got news. This in the news that relates to you. These stories are flying under the radar.
All right, it's Way Up. I'm here. B-Dot's here.
My name's B-Dot.
That's right.
My name's B-Dot. And let's get into some of these under the radar stories. Now we're paying close attention to what's happening with Kamala Harris versus Donald Trump. And Donald Trump, I don't know if he's going to actually debate Kamala Harris. I don't know if he should, but he's acting like it's not necessary. But it feels like he's a little scared. But he is going to be taking part in a Q&A with black political journalists as part of the 2024 NABJ convention, the National Association of Black Journalists.
That's one way to get the black vote.
Oh my gosh. There was a lot of backlash about this though. There's going to be 3 different people who are going to be sitting down with him, 3 prominent black female political journalists, moderated by Rachel Scott. Also, Harris Faulkner, the anchor of the Faulkner Focus and co-host of Outnumbered on Fox News, and Kadia Goba, a politics reporter at Semaphore. So the event will not be open to the public, but it will be live streamed on their YouTube channel.
Next week, you'll probably see him at Circle of Sisters. You never know.
Imagine that. All right. Now, a lot of people were upset about it. You were talking this morning about Roland Martin being extremely upset that this is even happening.
He was pissed.
He said, please, somebody said, Arlen Hamilton said, please tell me Roland is interviewing him. I would pay to see that. And he said, nope, at NABJ didn't ask me or any other black male journalist. And a lot of people who are members of NABJ are saying this is the worst decision they have ever made. Jamil Hill did attempt to defend the NABJ for inviting Donald Trump. She said, as journalists, we can never be afraid to tackle someone like Trump. The reality is that he's running for president and needs to be treated as such. Being questioned by journalists is part of the job and especially important in the company of black journalists. Mainstream media keep trying to convince us that he's actually gaining support among black people. Let's see if it's true.
I think it's important to be fair and balanced, so I agree with her on that.
And I feel like this is a great time to trip him up over many of the things that he said. Now, on the other side, there was a White Dudes for Harris online rally. It raised more than $4 million in donations in a matter of hours. But then they suspended the account on X, on Twitter. So there were some concerns from the organizers of that event. But some of the people that were on this event were J.J. Abrams, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Josh Groban, Sean Astin, Michael Kelly, Jeff Bridges, Mark Hamill. Actually, a lot of these star NFL quarterbacks were on this call too, and so that's a big deal.
I think our producer Dan donated $3 million of that $4 million for Harris.
Yeah, he cannot wait. He's definitely feeling invigorated with this now. But anyway, here is what happened on this Zoom with actor Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
When I hear people say, "Yeah, I don't like Trump. I know he's a bad guy, but he's a businessman," there are pretty much 2 different types of successful business people. There are the honest business people. There's another type, and that's the con man.
All right. And you can watch him on Beverly Hills Cop Axel F, that movie that's out right now, by the way. He was also in Inception, Project Power, Knives Out, a lot of different movies, Star Wars, Visions. Yes. All right. Well, that is your Under the Radar. You know, we have the Way Up mix at the top of the hour. Plus, we have Chico Bean and Carlos Miller from the 85 South Show joining us. It's Way Up.
bitches like to talk like they Angela Yee, like they Angela Yee.
Man, she's spilling it all. This is Yee T. Way up.
Yo, it's Way Up. I'm here. B-Dot's here.
My name's B-Dot.
Give me the T, Angela.
Well, first of all, rest in peace to Chino XL. Unfortunately, he's passed away at the age of 50. And in a joint statement, his daughter said, father had many titles, King of Punchlines, Puerto Rican superhero, but the most important one was Girl Dad. And what he gave us most in that role was his strength, straightforwardness, and ability to be super realistic. The main thing we are feeling now is that our dad is at peace, and so we are at peace.
Rest in peace, Chino XL. I was first introduced to Chino XL, like most of us, on Tupac Hit 'Em Up. When he said F you.
And most recently he's on Rakim's new album.
Yeah.
This is the song Pendulum Swing.
Yo, Chino XL, you ready?
Yo, rocking my line, let the beast loose. Somebody better call a paramedics. I said pair of medics, cause you gonna be needing at least two. Scribbling written religion, head on collision, metal airbags couldn't stop me. My word scriptures don't just burn bridges, they collapse. I'm like the Francis Scott King.
It's crazy too, because of that Rakim album. There's a couple of fallen soldiers on there. You got Nipsey Hussle. You have Fred the Godson is on that album as well. So
right,
yeah.
All right. Well, rest in peace and condolences to his family. Now, Lil Yachty, this upset you
a little bit.
All right, Lil Yachty was just talking about kind of where this swag came from. I saw Joel Santana was upset about this as well.
All right.
Listen to what Lil Yachty had to say.
All the trends come from Atlanta. First off, I love New York. I got nothing but love for New York. And I think a lot of the flyest people in the world were born in New York. But as of lately, Atlanta,
that's where all the trends are coming from. Now I saw Joel Santana said, no love lost, bro, but never mind. P.S. Soulja Boy don't want no smoke. Y'all got it. Jim Jones, they trying to erase us from history. He said, we all love Atlanta, but the little, how you say, the flyest and the most trendsetters come from Atlanta. Wow.
I think it's a case of right message, maybe wrong messenger, because Yachty's aesthetic is like a 90s New York backpack rapper, right, these days. Like, he's wearing a lot of baggy jeans and Timbs and stuff like that. So I disagree with him.
Okay.
Yeah. I remember the trend a couple of years ago, y'all were wearing a fake bulletproof vest. Remember that?
It's hard also because I think now trends used to be very regional, but now it's not as much anymore.
Yeah.
Just because everything is a lot more, everything is centralized because of social media, because of the internet.
Blame the apps.
Yeah, blame the apps.
Hey, everybody, access.
Whether it's relationship or career advice, Angela's dropping facts.
All you should know.
This is Ask Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. We're in here eating Popeyes.
Yeah, things looking good.
We're doing Ask Yee, and we have Shamar on the line. Shamar, what's your question?
A couple weeks ago, I went to my girl's phone. I mean, she was moving a little iffy, so I just wanted to know if I was wrong for doing that.
Yes.
Bida is saying absolutely yes. What do you mean by moving iffy?
He's sleeping with the phone under the pillow.
Ooh,
coming in late at night. You feel me? So I just felt like, I was obligated to do that. You feel me?
What'd you find?
Because if it was the other way around, you feel me?
What'd you find?
It would have been. I ain't gonna say too much. I found something. You feel me? But because I didn't really go through it, because I ain't so comfortable doing it. So
you lightly went through it, but you saw some things.
You saw enough.
I saw enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do now?
We're gonna sit down, talk, figure some things out, because that's the grown-up thing to do.
Right. I feel like this. When you go through somebody's phone, you have to know that when you got to this point, it's because you already knew something was happening. You wanted to verify it.
Word.
That already means the relationship is broken at that point, and whether or not you want to fix it. But I think it's important before you do that. Some people would rather not know. Yeah. Some people would rather know because they're either going to leave the person or try to work it out and see what happens. So it's good that you're going to confront her, because it's the worst when you check someone's phone and you try to not say anything about it because you know you shouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
Word.
Are you prepared to handle what you see? That's another flip side to the coin.
We got kids together, so it's all about what's going to happen when we move forward. That's all. That's what it really matters.
I think that's all you can do is move forward.
Yeah.
Right?
And you're going to have to tell her what happened. When you ask her, was she doing anything? Did you ever ask her?
Yeah. And I'm kind of an emotional person, you feel me? So when I said it, I was a little hostile, you feel me?
Okay.
I'm not going to say I was like, I was trying, you feel me, put hands on her or anything like that. But I was barking at her a little bit.
Do you want to stay together?
To be honest, yes, I do. I do love her, you feel me? And we not going to sit here and act like I'm a perfect dude. I'm a human too, you feel me?
Oh, so you messed up too.
I wouldn't even say I was a flirt, you feel me? I wouldn't even say I really messed up.
Shamar, did you mess up, yes or no?
No, I didn't.
All right, well, I do hope you work it out. All you can do now is be honest. You've looked in her phone, tell her why you did it, tell her what you saw, and figure out how you want to move forward and see where she's at. Because who knows if she still wants to be together.
Word.
And tell her to change that passcode.
Oh, my God.
Sorry.
But this is a good time for you guys to have that real conversation.
All right.
All right, well, I wish you
really
luck.
Appreciate that.
I would love to tell somebody it's not good to look in somebody's phone ever, but if you're not doing it on a regular and you did it because you felt something was in there.
I'm not one of those. I'm not going through your phone on a regular basis.
Yeah, it still feels like a violation, but cheating is a violation too. So when you find something and that's how you found it, it is what it is. I feel like everyone's done it at some point. All right, well, good luck.
Appreciate you.
All right. Well, that was Ask Yee, 800-292-5150. If you couldn't get through, you could leave a message. And when we come back, Karlous Miller and Chico Bean are going to be joining us from the 85 South Show. Let's have a good time. It's Way Up.
Turn it up. You vibing Way Up with Angela Yee.
Come right back.
More now.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee, and we have Karlous Miller and Chico Bean here today. Okay, guys.
What's up,
How
girl?
are you?
What's up? First of all, I love when y'all come on the show because you always create some type of controversy.
Why would what? Way to set us up to have to say something crazy. That's wild.
It'd be her questions.
I know.
It'd be asking.
So when you eat, like, what do you do? Do you like pray before you do it, or would that be you? Hey, you the one to start the controversy.
Who would pray before that?
See what I'm saying?
Pray
That's
for
you.
what?
Safety.
Grace.
Well, listen, Karlous, I've definitely been watching you on College Hill. I like that show. But you, sir.
What I do?
You getting everybody mad.
They always mad. I think it's hidden agenda. They hating because I'm smart.
Have you been watching him on the show?
Yeah, I definitely been watching him on the show. I was with him when he was, going through it because was doing homework as a grown man.
Oof.
I'm talking about.
Different.
He called him like, "What you doing?" "Oh man, I got this math homework." I'm like, "For real?"
They were not playing. It was every day, every class, man. It was a lot of work.
But working in a team, you guys are used to working in a team, but it's a team that you chose.
It was like so draining. I had to call some people and apologize. I'm like, is it really?
Who'd you apologize to?
Man, a few producers. I called Chico. I was like, bro, man. Because it's a lot dealing with personalities. You don't understand until you are in a room full of.
And you're like very frustrating. I think both of you. You don't want to admit that you're wrong ever, or be like, okay.
What type of is that? In my room. That is that was an assumptuous statement you just made right there. I have no problem with admitting that I'm wrong. That's why I try my best not to be wrong as often as possible.
Right now, 85 South Show is here, as in Chico Bean and Karlous Miller. Well, I mean, because some of the things like you and Claudia Jordan bumped heads. I think that was like in the first episode. Nick Young.
Well, this is the thing. I be trying to tell people sometimes.
Saucy Santana.
Sometimes you need to save yourself and don't worry about me.
I felt like Saucy was about to buck up. I was like,
oh, he did it a few times, bro. A few times, bro.
I cannot wait to see the outcome of this. It's funny to see you on reality TV because then you get a chance to see like what people say about you that behind your back.
If I would have known they were saying the type of they were saying, it would have been a whole different show.
Oh my God!
So glad they did not let me know.
Yeah, them testimonials.
Yeah, that would have changed. If I would have known,
they'd have had to put them on OnlyFans the way
if
he
would have known.
Had to subscribe to him how he would have talked crazy about people.
I'm thinking everybody being nice and cordial, but if I would have known what they were saying, I would have turned that show up.
Now, Chico, I love the way that you've been embracing your hair. And
oh
everything.
yeah, no, I don't get it.
I love that. It's amazing.
Yeah,
you look way different. Like with.
I mean, you done known me when I was bald, so that's the thing. Most people act like I wasn't bald. They be like, "Go bald, man! Just cut it off, give it up." I was like, I was bald for 10 years before the pandemic. Like, did you not see me then? And then when I was bald, it was like, "God damn, your head big, cover it up." So I can't win for losing.
Can't win.
So either way, you gonna say something. So I do what I want to do.
Yeah, it's always been a controversy.
It's always. When I was bald, it was like Mega Man. God damn, boy, put a hat on. God, so it's. You know what I mean? For me, I'm used to it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to do what I want to do. Like, that's what I used it for, just to show, not necessarily that you got to walk around with your hair look like mine look, because I know it looked very unconventional, but just to be comfortable enough to say, I don't care what anybody thinks about me. As long as I can look in the mirror and be happy with what I see and it make me happy, feel how you want to feel, because they're going to talk about you either way.
All right, we're talking to Chico Bean and Karlous Miller. We have more with them when we come back. It's the 85 South Show.
This is Way Up with Angela Yee.
Let's go. Yeah. You are a media maven, right?
Ooh, you never know what Angie's going to say.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here, and I'm talking to 85 South Show. That's Chico Bean, Karlous Miller. DC Young Fly wasn't here today, but these guys are holding it down. You know what's interesting? They ran up on me on TMZ asking me about like our BBLs going out of fashion. Karlous, you look so confused.
I didn't know that was a fashion thing.
Yeah, because Dream Dog recently was saying that she was getting rid of hers.
Oh, so BBLs is like rentals?
What?
I mean, that's what it sounds like.
It's still a surgery.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Why women don't believe men when we say it don't even matter. Men like natural bodies.
Some dudes.
They've got all them BBLs for other women. Now that they see that that's what it was for, now they want to backtrack it. Men ain't never cared about nothing like that.
But does it matter to you either way? Do you have a preference, or is it like whatever?
I prefer natural.
Okay.
Because I like my with no scars and whatever you brought that you grew up with. Bring that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm very accepting of bodies. Bring me long, saggy, stretchy, spongy, squishy.
Yeah, I feel like you like saggy too. I feel like you said that.
Supposed to sag.
Yeah.
It lets you know exactly
spongy.
what she been through in life. It is supposed to be a little spongy. Like when it bounced back.
Stop groping yourself like that. It's weird.
That's inappropriate.
Turning her on. That's what it is. You know, she's freaky. You're freaky.
To edit this.
But men are very accepting. Way more accepting than we'll ever get credit for. You got to be accepting of women's bodies. Have you ever seen?
That's the question I always have for women.
What?
Brown scrambled eggs.
Yeah. That's a question I always have for women. Like, if we was starting to get, you know,
what if women got mad because your was wrinkly?
Yeah, you walk around with smooth like, yeah, I just got my done. Yeah, I got this pamper on. I got to wear this pamper for 3 weeks till my heal.
Right now, 85 South Show is here, as in Chico Bean and Karlous Miller. Well, listen, I appreciate you guys so much for coming through. It's always a good time. And definitely put me down for whatever y'all do for the 10-year anniversary.
Oh, yeah, for sure, man. And make sure y'all come support the, Big Business Tour. We on tour right now.
Big Business.
Big Business Tour.
When is the next special coming?
The next special? We're working out the details right now.
Yeah, we are. You know what I mean? But everything we do is special.
Yeah, no, but
you know what I mean? We try
to
look at it like that.
But that with the success of the first one, though, you guys were number one when that dropped. I know it's like, okay, let's get this next one going. So.
Most definitely. We're working on it, though.
Well, thank y'all so much again for coming through. And again, you guys are on tour. So where can people see the full list of dates?
85southshow.com. All the tickets are available. All the dates are there. Channel 85, you get that. Everything is there. You know what I mean? So stay up on the YouTube as well. Social media, we constantly promoting, constantly, and that's what we do. We don't, have no big marketing budget. We, grassroots with it. So still.
If there's somebody out there listening that do got a big marketing budget that want us to use it for you, hit us.
Yeah, please. You know what I mean? Definitely do that. You know what I'm saying? But
not for free, though, with some paper. Hit us with some paper. That's my new slogan.
Hit us with some paper.
Hit us with some paper.
Yeah, all the way.
You got to speak it up, man.
That's right.
Don't be on this platform every day working and then don't just ask for some money.
Yeah, don't manifest something.
Give you money.
Manifest it into your life.
You do. Just ask. Hey, who got some paper here today?
My Cash App. No.
Don't put that out there.
We don't want no Cash App transaction.
We don't need none of that. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Well, I appreciate you guys. It's Way Up.
We appreciate you.
We love you, Angie.
You can watch that full interview on my YouTube channel, Way Up with Yee. And when we come back, you guys have the last word.
Pick up the phone.
Tap in. Tap in and get your voice heard.
What the word is.
Here's the last word on Way Up with Angela Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here. B-Dot's here.
Yes, I am.
Yes, you are.
About to leave.
Thank you so much for hanging out with me today.
Of course, anytime.
I fed you.
Yes.
Now you got to go get a haircut.
Finally, man. It's been days.
I think for men, y'all care about your haircut so much. For women, our nails, getting our nails done.
Is that the equivalent?
Maybe. I mean, I do be needing to get my hair done. I have to get my hair braided. I never have time. That's why I might do it during the show.
Yeah, haircut is like makeup for a guy. So you feel like a whole new person after you get out the chair.
But at least y'all could just put a hat on.
That's true. Or do-rag. There you go.
Thank you again to Chico Bean and to Karlous Miller for coming through. 85 South Show. They're on tour right now. And I reminded them that it's their 10-year anniversary next year for when they started the podcast.
10 years go by fast.
They're like, wow, we should do something. And they should. That's a good celebration. 10 years.
You should give him some Popeyes.
Yeah, we should get some Popeyes. But again, you guys, thank y'all so much for calling. I know a lot of people called in to talk about their experiences with spirits, ghosts, unexplained things happening. This all came from me watching The Deliverance. That's Lee Daniels' new movie that's coming on Netflix August 31st. And of course, you guys have the last word.
Several years ago, I went to a bodega and the lady was turning over the cards. Then she said, move out of my apartment. It's going to be a problem. Because someone had died in the apartment. About a year later, my 3 boys started acting like they were possessed. I went through such a hard time in that apartment. I know it was nothing but the devil.
Yeah, I used to work in an Department of Justice in D.C. years ago. So, long story short, we had to work in a building. This was a building that they used to trade slaves in. Once we were leaving, one of my coworkers knocked on a door that supposedly was where they kept them at. Something banged back. And we were the only ones in there at like 10 o'clock at night, and it made no sense.
Whoa! Yeah. I'm going all the way up. Hey. Going way up with Angela Yee.